I know that people don't want to have this be a thing, but it's got to be a thing. If bread is a thing, broil must be a thing. It has to. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here. It's more PE season. I know that you guys don't remember, but QRich had some dope PEs back in Orlando. These are one of them. Although they're not identical, but we'll get into that in a minute. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. The good folks over at Random Objects have brand new apparel lines, and this might be my favorite thing.
That's probably my favorite hoodie they've put out.
Ever?
Yeah.
I like that Random Objects makes you think. That's the main thing, you know what I mean? And it's not a political thing or anything like that, so it's not stepping on anyone's toes, although I'm sure that there's gonna be some people that pretend like it does, but it's not. This is supposed to be motivational, uplifting. This reminds me of a line from Lilo and Stitch.
It's little and broken, but still good.
Everybody's broken, but it's okay. So if you're interested in anything from Random Objects, go ahead and click the link in the description box below. It'll head you over to their website where you can check out everything that they've got. And that's pretty much it. So with that being said, let's talk about some broil goodness. These guys right here are very close to Quentin Richardson's PE when he was on that Orlando Magic. QRich was one of the very first Jordan Brand team members. Him and Darius Miles, the Knuckleheads. Their podcast is awesome. You guys got to check it out. It's fucking hilarious. But as for these guys right here, they look very close to his PE. His were a little bit different. So the first difference between his PE and these guys right here is that his tongue was actually leather. These are the synthetic suedes or synthetic nubuck, whichever one you want to call it. It's felt essentially, but you know, it's always been like that since the originals. These are actually the tongues I prefer on the 13s because these ones don't squeak, they don't fart, they don't do none of that stuff. And then the last thing that is different between QRich's PE and these is the bottoms. His had black traction pods, these have white. Again, this colorway, while it looks almost like his PE, so this is to me another PE kind of like rendition or whatever. What they're really going after is kind of like that alternate black and red look, because the black and reds have the white pods, they also have the same tongue, and that's just pretty much what it is. Now, as for the tech specs on the Air Jordan 13, we have a Phylon midsole with a heel and 4-foot Zoom Air unit. That midsole is wrapped in the synthetic suede, which is a super cool feature that I've always loved. It just looks super luxurious. Even though it's always been a synthetic material, it's just one of those things where I love this. It doesn't look right without it. They have tried many times. They have to re-release the gray toes. It was like a China exclusive way back in the day, or it could have even been just a sample. But from what I can remember, I believe that they released only in China. And then they eventually released them. Those also had a nice soft tongue and everything, technically an original colorway. But they didn't put the suede on the midsole, man. It just didn't look right. It just doesn't. And then the upper on these guys, synthetic leather on the toe. It's the one thing that it's like, they're so perfect, except that. And they keep doing it. I keep pointing this out. Every retro, it's like, hey guys, can you fix the toe? Guys, can you put better leather on the toe? This is another 13. The leather on the toe sucks. They don't care. And then the upper on these guys are the mesh. It makes the shoe a little bit lighter. It makes it more flexible along the upper. If you want more support, go with the leather-based versions. And these are super reflective, as they should be. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, the QRich PE had QRich's PE branding on the tongue. These obviously do not. They have a Jumpman. His pair probably had the great leather on the toe.
It'd be cool if when they did PEs, if they had the athlete try and recreate the Jordan jump and made that the logo.
But how would you know that that's the athlete and not MJ?
What if he has like dreads or a little fro or some spiky hair?
They could barely get his fingers and shoelaces in that little thing. How do you expect them to get all of that detail?
I bet you they could now.
But this is now.
What if they did a stamp or something else?
There was a pair of ones, you know those Japan ones that just came back out, right? So back in the day, there was a sample of those. I think they had a black swoosh, I can't remember. They could have had a silver swoosh still, but on the back, it was a pair of mids and they had the Jumpman logo on the heel. And there were some samples where it was literally the picture from those original Air Jordan 1 cards where they got the Jumpman logo from was that picture with the skyline that's kind of like faded of Chicago in the back and all that stuff. And they had that on the shoe.
I feel like they could do this because I've seen you look at customs where they've turned the Jumpmans into Kobe. So I feel like
it could happen.
They could do it.
They could. I don't know if people would know that it's the athlete though. The majority of the people. You would have to make those super regional.
That's fine.
Not for me. I'm not everywhere.
it'll be like an Easter egg.
I agree with what you're saying. I just don't want to have FOMO. That's all. You know, I just don't want to miss out on them. Like when they did those CP3s, 13s. Guess how many of those two out of the 2 colorways I got?
An Easter egg?
No, I got none.
That's a big 0.
It is. Now the Air Jordan 13 is one of my favorites of all time. It was also, these in the 12s were the ones that when I first saw. I was in high school and I first saw these things and I was like, and it took me a little while to warm up to them. That's kind of what Jordans, especially in the later years, were known for. They were like notorious for being polarizing. I'm pretty sure that even the earlier models, I was just really young back then, so I wasn't one of those guys. But I'm sure if you asked somebody that was a little bit older than me that went through that, I wonder what they thought. Like when they saw the 1 and the 2 and the 3, like what was the thought, right? And then what was the thought when they saw like the 6, the 7, and then the 8 with the strap? Were they like, what the are they doing? You know what I mean? Like I would love to know what their thoughts were, because I can only tell you what mine were. And like the 9, the 10, the 11, I was like, oh, all these are dope. And then the 12, and I was like, why are they clown shoes? But I love them now. But anyways, as for performance, the shoe is awesome. These things are super stable. You got that wide, stable goodness. They act like an outrigger. It's also the Panther Paw, because this is like the Black Cat edition. That's what this little eye is there for, the hologram, one of my favorite features ever. And then again, the reflectiveness and all that stuff, it was all to represent the Black Cat MJ. It's super sick. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I go true to size on Air Jordan 13. Sometimes you can go down half a size. Sometimes the toes are a little bubbly. These ones fit pretty nice, I think. And they're gonna be available over at Phenom Global. So if you were interested, check the link in the description box. They do phone orders as well. So if you're not from the area and you're not going to be able to grab them online, because their online is random, they don't have like a time. You know how like Foot Locker's 7 a.m., sneakers 7 a.m., you sleep through it all. Phenom, it's sometime today. That's what it is. Not today, literally, but like
December 19th.
Correct. So make sure that you follow them on social for all the updates on availability and all that stuff. That's when they let you know. Is if you have notifications on a social, then you, I won't say won't miss out, but you'll at least know when you're about to take that L. Hey.
Speaking of Phenom, we have day 10 of our giveaway.
It's been a quick 10 days, or well, actually, it's not been 10 days, it's been 10 uploads.
10 videos and our 12 videos for the 12 days of Christmas.
And that went by quick.
Yeah.
Including the days that don't have the videos.
Right, because
we're stuck inside. That's why.
And we're preparing for everything. But Phenom was nice enough to join us for like half of these giveaways so we could treat some of the members in our Discord community.
That's right. Should I get the shoe?
Yeah.
What if I don't want to?
Then somebody's gonna be super bummed.
I'm just kidding. So who won these guys right here?
DT Solo 61.
It's a big ass shoe.
It is.
What size is this? Damn, these are a 12.
So hopefully where you are, you need some rugged Air Maxes, because these...
This is like a winterized version of the 270.
Yeah.
I don't know what these are called. All I know is that they look cool. So they remind me of like an old ACG.
Yeah.
The Nike boots. And yeah, those were popping back in my day, man. But yeah, these are coming your way. I hope that you enjoy them. Happy holidays, and thank you for being a Discord member. We really appreciate it. You're the main reason why we're able to keep doing what we do, because they fund the channel. Also, being a Discord member is awesome. And I'm not just saying that because it's my Discord, but it is awesome because I am in there quite often.
Yeah.
And just the other night, I did an impromptu Q&A.
Oh yeah, all about the Curry 8. The night before, he gave like a sneaky peek.
Is that what they're called?
A sneaky peek.
We're not talking to our children. I believe they're about our age. But yes, I gave them a sneaky peek. That's such a weird way to say it.
This is what I bring to the channel, guys. This and people's names and random questions.
And sneaky peeks. Sneaky peeks.
This shirt, that's Christmas cats. This is all I bring.
This is true. But everything's super fun over there. I was able to do what it was cool, because normally we just talk via chat, which is fine, but it's easier for me to talk, clearly. So
sometimes.
So we ended up doing you can like tag everybody at once, and so I was like, hey, if you got questions, let me know and I'll answer in video form. And so I was just sitting here taking short videos, answering the questions, uploading, but I was still able to chat at the same time because it's like a forum. So it's really cool. If you're into that kind of thing, maybe it'll be for you. We have a link for that down below in the description box as well to head you over to WearTesters.com/join, where you can read all about it. It's very simple, very short, the reading.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like a novel. You're gonna be like, oh
quick
my gosh.
bullet points
Yes.
of what you're gonna get
It's not
from us.
It's not a gigantic Facebook user agreement where we're talking about taking your identity and selling it to corporations all across the globe.
You
It's
might
not
be
one of those.
cookied, but everything is cookied.
Oh, yeah, you definitely get cookied.
I saw the funniest meme because that's how I feel going to different web pages because it immediately like takes over your phone.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I keep saying I want the cookies. Where are my cookies? I love cookies. And that's how I feel. You want to send me some white chocolate?
That's real
chip
sneaky of them.
cookies?
Real sneaky.
Anyways.
Some clickbait right there. Want cookies? We're gonna cookie the shit out of you digitally. So after all of that fun conversation, thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you're still here, if you're not, I understand. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you're interested in these, again, they're gonna be available on December 19th over at Phenom, as well as every other, you know, Jordan brand retailer. But support your mom and shops before you go in.
Your mom and shops?
But support your mom and pops before you go and support the big companies because they already get their money. You know what I mean? But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.